Start with Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And for those at home, you can look at our agenda and get the, how to participate by Zoom. Adoption of the agenda. I see nothing new. Public comment? Nope. Select board announcements.
I have the one which I did last time. We have a couple of totes of firewood out here which are for emergencies. I don't want to begrudge anyone that needs wood, but if you need more than a couple of arms full just to get you over a hump, we can get you a cord of wood, or go up to the wood bank up in Topsom and they'll give you wood. But if you use this out here and somebody has an emergency, then they don't get it. They don't get their wood. So be gentle. You're welcome to take the wood, but don't take it all, I guess. So.
Yeah. Thanks for doing that, David.
And by the way, we need, it would be nice if anybody's out there that has a truck that would like to help. Cheryl Golick and I are the two right now who make runs to keep the bins full. But if someone would like to, it's on Wednesday mornings and Saturday mornings. The wood bank is open. They'll load you up, and somebody will be here to help you unload. So just need the transportation. But, if anybody wants to help.
Our rec director has been helping as well.
Yeah.
I can do it Saturday morning with you. I get rid of my sand in the back of my truck.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Good? Yep. All right. Town administrators report?
Good evening, everyone. Just a couple of items. It's that time of year where our recycling center and our transfer station is now closed on Thursdays. Really want to get that word out. We have it on our website, on our Facebook, but we continue to get calls saying, why is the recycling center closed? So just really want to make sure the public is aware of that. They are closed on Thursdays now through April 31st. And just briefly, just wanted to mention that the board may recall in the 2023 warrant, there was an article about using some unassigned general fund balance for equipment for the town of Harpswell for its governmental communications, and also for Harpswell Community Broadcasting, $40,000. They are working on that and will be coming. They have a board meeting later this month, and then will be coming to the select board with their proposal for select board review for use of that unassigned fund balance. And that concludes my report.
All right. Contract amendment with Lakeside Concrete Cutting regarding administration building.
So I just wanted to say that as the board is aware and the general public, that currently Lakeside Concrete Cutting has removed the administration building, and the select board is, there's been mention about whether the foundations, including the frost walls, the slabs, the footing should be removed. And Chairman Johnson, myself, Stuart Don Miskell met with 3 representatives from Lakeside Concrete Cutting earlier this week. They needed a better sense of what the town's goals were. And we asked a bunch of questions like different options. Is it less expensive and acceptable to just cut, if for the board's consideration, to just cut the frost walls at 1 foot below grade and then fill in from there instead of making large holes, or what is the best? And after our meeting, it was really determined that removing all of the concrete, because it does have, even though concrete is inert material and can be buried, it does have rebar in it. And so, and the labor involved with cutting the rebar, all that put together, it made sense to go ahead and have all of the concrete removed. And Lakeside's proposal, I had put together a memo, but then we did receive Lakeside proposal that the board has been provided with, and it matches the cost that I had put in my memo. So for the removal of all the concrete, it's a $40,000. They're not charging us mobilization as they're already there, and so this is a savings to the town. And they're going to use the fill that is currently staged on the north perimeter road,
The sausage.
the,
that we
the,
call it, yeah.
the very large grassed-over pile of dirt. And so they do need some additional, trucking and employee to run the equipment and the hauling down. But we were talking costs on the market for that and the costs that they were willing to do for the town. Very reasonable proposal that they gave is $1,500 a day. They're estimating 4 days. I did put in my memo 6,000 to 8,000 just to give a little leeway if they run into any issues. There will be fine-tuning and finalizing as the final grade is done of the site, and so Don Miskell and Chairman Johnson will go down and meet with Lakeside as they're filling in the holes and determining the final grading, which may or may not affect the pricing. But so far, we feel pretty good about this price. So the change order, if the board would like to proceed, is definitely the $40,000 for the removal and a $1,500. The change order could say $1,500 per day, and I would include in there saying 4 days estimated.
So about 46,000.
And subject for review. I do want the board to know that there's plenty of voters approved $230,000 for this project, and Lakeside's original contract was $144,100, and so there's roughly $89,000 available, so it's well within the budget. And if this is something the board would like to do, it's here before you this evening to authorize that, and if you want to proceed, if you would authorize me to sign that, I could get that prepared and off to Lakeside tomorrow.
I suspect they're going to run into a great deal of cast iron pipe underneath there. All of the toilets and the shower and everything ran under that building, so I don't think that'll be a problem. They've got one hell of an excavator there.
Yeah, we can,
But the other thing is that making this, voting for this, and there's an open-ended question at the end, it might, but you're pretty confident that we won't go over the approval, okay.
We'll be meeting regularly, and they are very good communicators and will be well aware of any unexpected costs that we could bring back to the select board.
Okay. I move that we approve this proposal and authorize Terry to sign it.
I second it. It's not gonna get any cheaper. And they have everything there, so do it now while it's cost efficient.
any discussion? It might be a good time, you mentioned that the road will be closed before we do the
Correct.
vote.
Don Miskell, Mitchellfield, Stewart. To Dave's question, I provided them with the underground
drawing.
plat. There's only 2 lines coming out of that building, and they run down the sidewalk that comes away and goes down to the road. There's a fresh water line and a sewer line, that's it.
We might want to talk about taking that sewer out sometime that's in the front lawn there.
It's not on the front lawn, it's across on the water side.
Yes.
And yes, that's a discussion because that open vent pipe, separate discussion, not for tonight. I've had that, yeah. No, for the voters out there, they're going to use the north perimeter road through the generator access road to get to the pile because they don't want to drive through the meadow. So we're going to close that portion of the walking road that they've had available. So they will be turned around where the upper meadow north perimeter road stops. They're going to have to turn around and go back. I'm just going to move sawhorses. They've got signs on them. Tell them to turn around, and we're done.
So they'll be
That's
turning in the vicinity of the generator building and,
Not even that far,
Not even
because
that
the
far.
trucks are going to come across that
Right.
access road. So when they come around where that splice box is, they're going to have to turn around and go back. We've posted a diagram on the town website, and we've given one to Harpswell TV.
And assuming we approve this, when are they gonna start? Do they have a start date?
There's,
Yep. They'll pick it up from right now. They're in
Yeah,
the
so
process
they
of
could
just.
tomorrow.
so that's my
essentially.
goal, to get
Yeah.
it to them
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah. All right.
And I do just want to mention, as you saw on what I'm sorry, Don.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I did just want to mention as well, they must be aware of our ordinances, because their proposal says, as we are aware, there is noise happening at
Yep.
Mitchell Field
Yep.
with both projects taking place. And so they say that with the change order, that the understanding is that they are allowed to use that perimeter road, as you're hearing from Dawn, and that there's noise, and that they will continue that project. And I think we all agree that they've been a great company to work with. They've been great communicators, and doing a good job.
Yep,
Okay. All in favor?
thank you.
Set the 2026 shellfish license numbers.
So this is here before you from your interim harbor master. The proposal is to keep the same allocation as it was in 2025. As our memo indicates, the committee members felt that species regulated by the town shellfish program could continue to support these numbers. So if the select board agrees and votes to maintain the same license numbers as 2025, it would then go to the Maine Department of Marine Resources for final approval.
Right.
Well, I so move. I've got to go get my.
Senior?
Used to have your senior license for life. Now it's got to replace every year, so.
Yeah.
I'll,
What's my idea?
I'll second it. No, I'm not getting mine. That's hard work. I'll stick to lobster and.
It is hard. It is hard.
Kidding. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, consider secret ballot items for the March 14th town meeting.
So the board's been provided with the town's policy regarding placement of items on secret ballot. It's two-sided, so the backside has the considerations the select board usually review when making determinations. And one of the regular items that the board tends to consider is Curtis Memorial Library. So I did just want to provide you those, a couple of figures that go along with your considerations, and you have the chart that you can
Yeah.
review during your discussion.
Well, I say do the ballot again for Curtis because it's such a, lopsided vote. That
And-
2-hour discussion isn't going to change anything.
And the 2-hour discussion will happen at the public hearing instead. That's okay. That's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in the Clark Cove one, I'm thinking that should be a ballot because more people have a chance to vote on it,
And there'll be a lot of discussion again, yeah.
What's that?
And again, there'll be a lot of discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be all right.
Between now and then. But I've always thought that the ballot items have a better chance of getting a lot more voters because people come in and vote and they leave. You get a certain amount of the,
Yep.
frankly, a small percentage stay all day or
Yep.
all morning.
No, I agree. There's more voter participation in the secret ballot. So you're suggesting Curtis and Clark Cove?
Yeah.
Anything else? I haven't seen anything else that would be that.
Yeah, those are the two big things, really. What about, the only other thing I could think of is the comp plan, because we're going to have to vote on that again, and we could put that on. I don't think there'll be much discussion, because not much changed.
Same thing, let that go on the ballot too.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, but-
I'm not certain
Well, if it's ready.
I'm not certain the schedule for amendments can date backwards at the time where it would have to be finalized.
Okay.
Right.
I did not bring that schedule in front of me, but it's,
So it looks more like June, maybe.
And that might be a June vote, then we're thinking potentially.
well, no, I think they can meet it now for floor, but if you're.
Oh, but not for secret
but
ballot,
not for
because
s-
of the different
But not for
requirement.
secret ballot.
I
because
gotcha.
Secret ballot has to be turned into the clerk tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh,
And
okay.
you're supposed to have a finalized plan at
No
that
way,
time.
right? Yeah.
All right, yep, that makes sense.
well, let me say never mind then.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I tried.
Yeah.
That was my only other thought, was that one. I don't think there's anything else really besides those three.
No.
Getting close to 5 years on that one.
Yeah.
So is that a motion?
It is a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? No discussion?
So,
So the library and Clark Cove on secret ballot.
Got it, thank you.
Yep. All right, selection of banking institution for bond anticipation note financing.
So as the board and voters are well aware, voters approved a $6 million bond for the Central Emergency Services Building, and the town is applying to Maine Municipal Bond Bank for that permanent financing. In the funds from that borrowing would be available late May. There is some need for bond anticipation note borrowing. The board previously approved sending out an invitation to bid. 5 banks responded, and the lowest one is Bath Savings with interest at 4.49%. And you've been provided, excuse me, bids were due on Wednesday, so it was not ready for posting until today. But the town attorney has provided the motion. One thing you can add on the tail end of that motion is to accept Bath Savings bid for the ban. And I did just want to explain, typically these, the motions, the resolution to authorize issuance of certain bonds states the banking or the financial institution in it, and it does state the Maine Municipal Bond Bank, but because Section 1 gives the authority for any bond anticipation note financing, it does not need to include Bath Savings in this resolution, but you should make that as part of your motion.
so, the original bond, it was 1.5 million?
No, this is the 6 million.
I know, it says 6, but the original bond app was for up to 1.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, for the ban is up to 1,500,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, first of all, I move Bath Savings, and I would also move that the resolution entitled Resolution to Authorize the Issuance of $6 million in General Obligations Bonds to Finance a New Emergency Service Building be adopted in form presented to this meeting, and that that an attested copy of a resolution be filed with the minutes of this meeting.
I second it.
No discussion? Yikes. All in favor?
Thanks for reading that.
Yeah, thanks, David. All right. That quick enough. Authorization of the warrants.
So before you this evening, you have warrant number 2 for 2026 in the amount of $1,536,765.72.
And as Terry knows, I read these. So I move approval of that warrant.
I second it.
All in favor?
And then you have payroll warrant 1 in the amount of $30,565.83. It's payroll 1, as we pay a week behind, but week ending 12/27, I paid in our fiscal, which is also calendar year 2025.
All right, so I move the payroll budget.
I second it.
All in favor? All right. That is it for that. Public comment?
Oh, well played.
Other business? Gary?
I did just want to, typically the board recalls, and with Selectman Gilly being new, typically around this time we start meeting weekly.
Very weekly.
I'm going to check in, or sometimes we go to the second week. Just wanted to make sure the board keeps their Thursdays available, not honing in yet on starting next Thursday. A couple of different things is I will be speaking with our wage and salary consultant tomorrow, and if that's able to come in prior to next, because she was very close, and if that's able to come in, the board may have a workshop to review its changes it may want to make. Then all those changes can be worked into the budget, and you can start with a completed budget. Because as you know, you had your meeting with the Budget Advisory Committee earlier this evening, and that budget recommendation is without the wage and salary adjustments. And so just asking if there'd be a potential for a workshop next week or early the week after, and if you could keep Thursdays available.
I always have my Thursdays available.
Yep.
And stay tuned for that. We'll
Yep.
have follow-up.
Okay.
All right. In that case, we're adjourned.